Good morning, students. Let us continue with our next topic of chapter 1 population. Yesterday we do a population composition. Now we do a next subtopic of population composition is composition of working population. Okay, we know that the people of India according to their economic status we divided into three groups. First is main worker, second is marginal workers, and third one is non-workers. Now firstly we discuss what is main worker, what do you mean by marginal workers. So it is mentioned here, main workers are those person who work at least 183 days, means that person who works for at least 6 months in a year. And marginal worker is the person who works less than 6 months in a year. So this one is also your 1 mark question. So we divide it into three categories. First one is workers, marginal workers and non-workers, means those who are not working. Second point is it is observed that in India the proportion of workers, in this we are talking about both main and marginal, their percentage is 39.8% according to the data of 2011, and this one is also your 1 mark question. And but the majority of population in India is non-workers, non-working population, and their percentage is 60%. So it indicates that in India, the large proportion of population, they are dependent population, and they are not doing any type of uh, activity. Means they are not engaged in primary, secondary or tertiary activities. And in this dependent population, most of the population is of aged people, then female population, and a child population. Further indicating possible existence of large number of unemployed or underemployed people. And in this non-working population there are some unemployment youth population also, and some underemployed people, means those people who are not who not having enough paid work, means according to their capabilities they are not getting jobs. So next point is the proportion of working population, the states and union territories, they show the moderate variation. Like in Goa, 39.6% and population is working. On the other hand, our union territory Daman and Diu, here the working population percentage is 49.9%. So this one is also your 1 mark question. And this whole question, composition of working population, it comes under 5 mark or maybe under 3 marks. Fourth point is the states with large percentage of workers are in Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Chhattisgarh, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Meghalaya. Means in these states a large percentage of workers are living. Fifth point is among the union territories, Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. Here the working population percentage is high. And sixth point is in the context of country like India, the working participate rate tend to be higher in the areas of low level of economic development, means the working population is more in those areas where the economic development is very less. And basically the workers here, they do a manual work and they are totally dependent upon their uh, economic activity, economically what they earn. Means they are daily based wage workers. A sixth point is the occupational composition of India's population. which means how many population is engaged in farming, in manufacturing, in trade, services, and any type of professional activities. They shows a large proportion of primary sector workers. Means in India, the most of the population they are engaged in primary sector. Means some are cultivators, some are doing a work in forest industry, in cutting of trees, in minings. Okay, then and very as compared to the secondary, means in manufacturing units or in the administrative jobs, the population is less as compared to the primary sector. Okay, seventh point is about 54.6% of total working population. They are the cultivators, agricultural laborers, means those people who are working in agricultural fields, and whereas only 3.8% of workers they are engaged in household industries, means our small scale industries which they have started at their home, run from their home. So only 3.8% workers they are engaged in a household industries, and 41.6% workers they are working in a trade, commerce, construction, repair, and other services. So this one is also your 1 mark question. As far as the occupation of country's male and female population is concerned, male workers outnumber female workers. Means in tertiary activities, in primary, tertiary, or in secondary, primary, secondary, or tertiary activities, the male population participants are more as compared to the female population participants. See this graph. Here they give us a data of different states, their occupational structure of different states. Dark color shows the cultivators, then gray colors it shows the agricultural laborers, then household workers, then others. So uh, go through here the percentage is shown, like in Daman and Diu. Here the cultivators, agricultural activities are very less. Primary and workers they are engaged in other type of activities, like they are engaged in secondary activities, like in Punjab state, uh, uh, near about 20% of workers there are cultivators, then um, 10% as of agricultural laborers, then household industry work percentage is only 1 or 2, then the other people they are engaged in other activities. So go through this and read this passage also carefully and try to find out which type of issues are discussed in this passage. This question comes also under 3 marks. They'll give you this whole cutting of the newspaper, and they'll ask you different types of questions related with this. So go through this carefully. Next is occupational categories. The 2001 census divides the working population into 4 categories. First is cultivators, second is agricultural laborers, then third is household industrial workers, and fourth is other workers. Means some are working in a manufacturing industries. Okay, then so go through it. Next table is of sectoral composition of workforce in India according to the data of 2011. Primary workers, their percentage is more, but in this the male percentage is more as compared to the female. In secondary, again it is too less than the tertiary. So go through this also carefully. Ninth point is the number of female workers is relatively high in uh, see in all among all these sectors, secondary or tertiary, the female workers are more here. So the in the primary sector, through in recent year there are improvement in work participation of women in, means we can see in this table the percentage of female workers are more in primary sector, but in recent years they are also females, they are also participating tertiary or secondary sector. 10th is, it is important to note that the promotion of workers in agriculture sector in India has shown decline. Means in last 10 years, uh, uh, in last few decades, the primary activities, agriculture sector workers, their proportion is declined. See this, in 2001 it is 58.2%, but in 2011 it is 54.6%. So the people workers who are working in a primary sector, now they are engaged in a secondary or tertiary sector. Means the secondary and tertiary sector has registered increase. So they shift from the agriculture occupation to non farm based activities. And the next point is, 10th point, the states like Himachal Pradesh, Nagaland, they are having a very large share of cultivators. But on the other hand, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, here the agricultural laborers are more. That's why from these states the laborers, they'll migrate to the Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh states, because in these states, Punjab, Haryana, here the cultivator numbers are more, but the laborer numbers are very less. So these the laborers, they will migrate from these states, Andhra Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, West Bengal. Last point is the highly urbanized areas like Delhi, Chandigarh, Pondicherry, they are the large population, they are engaged in other activities. Means they are engaged in secondary activities or in the tertiary activities. Means they are engaged in industries, then non-agricultural sector. And also they here the large population is of tertiary activities. Means they large number of people, they are engaged in administrative jobs. So now your this chapter is complete. Go through this chapter, read each and everything carefully, prepare notes, and one thing more, go through each and every table, map carefully. Then now by next week, from Thursday, Friday, we start our next topic. So till then, stay indoor, stay safe. Thank you.